So today we're going to be building the LEGO Icons Artemis launch system. This is the new LEGO Icon set that came out on May 15th. It has 3,601 pieces and retails in the US for $260. This set is actually quite large. It's about 30 inches tall and 10 inches wide. I'm excited for it, so let's get it open and put it together. This is LEGO Icons set number 10341, the NASA Artemis Space Launch System. The set comes with 3,601 pieces and retails in the US for $260. I was really impressed by this set. I'm a real big fan of the LEGO space sets. I built similar to this one. It was a Lego City set I built last year, as well as a lot of the Space Technic sets that they've come out with. And this one definitely does not disappoint. The price to piece count here for 3,600 pieces and $260 is an excellent buy. It did take a while. It probably took me at least a week. I kind of pushed through the build towards the end, but it was definitely a very worthwhile build. The build itself was actually very interesting. I would say there's quite a bit of repetition, primarily around the base, around the two sides of the base here, but there's also a lot of repetition. There's a lot of repetition in the tower here. As you can see, you have to build out each individual section in the brackets here. So there's probably at least 9 or 10 of these brackets that you have to build out one after the other, as well as the center elevator for the launch system. So the set does come with a couple accessories here. One is this LEGO, the NASA Space Launch System placard. Talks a little bit about the Artemis mission and the size of the rocket and its first launch date here. And then there's also the satellite. That's a little accessory that actually does fold up and go back into the capsule. There's a lot of cool little details in this set. So this is little stairs that kind of climb up into the top of the launch. And then moving to the other side, there's a couple of fuel lines here, as well as some interior stairs, as you can see, kind of built out on the sides here. There's just some additional detail again around the side of the base here. And this little kind of fence or wall around the edges. And then again, there's the elevator that goes all the way to the top. Moving up here to the top of the rocket, so there's, again, this is the elevator to the top, and then this is where the astronauts can enter and exit the capsule. The main booster, as well as the rocket fuel here. The tower and the elevator of this set is actually probably the biggest part of the build here. It's very repetitive putting this all together. Probably at least 5 or 6 bags. It does take a while. It gets a little tedious. And as you can see, there's a couple ladders over here. And then again, moving down the side, there's some more additional details here. I did struggle a little bit with this tower since it's so repetitive. There's you get very confused with, putting this all together because they're all similar pieces, and the alignment and the placement of some of these pieces, it can get very confusing. And I can see I struggled with it a little bit, but as you can see, it's a little bit off center here. But for the most part, I got it all kind of together. And so moving into the rocket here, so there's attachments here for some fuel, and then again, there's these two sides of the rocket. These come off. You can take these off to keep it in place. And then again, moving around to the other side, there's the accessory. Now this doesn't actually move. This here attaches. This attaches, and this here is sort of just attaches to the base of the booster here. For the most part, though, it's all pretty stationary once the rocket's in place. So the rocket, of course, there's the top and the capsule, and then again, like I said, there's the large fuel boot and the 2 boosters there as well. One thing you can do is actually take off the top of the capsule here. I'll show you what you can do with it here. So what you can do is you can unattach the top of the booster. Take this off, and then of course it opens up the inside of the booster. You can actually unattach the satellite and take the satellite and put the satellite inside the capsule. So, and you can close the capsule back up. and put that on top again. There aren't too many stickers on this set, but one of the things about this set is that all of the stickers are very kind of detailed and small. So most of them are on the boosters here. There's the NASA one, and they all kind of build up here. They're very small, so they're a little bit difficult to get on, but otherwise, I think they add to the effect of the set. So as I was mentioning earlier, I mean, despite the repetition, I think in the tower, and then again the base, I think this is an absolutely excellent display piece. I mean, it is kind of big. It's like 30 inches tall, 10 inches wide, so make sure you have space for it. But it's really an iconic set, and I think it does definitely pays tribute to the Artemis mission. The manual has a good picture here of the set on the front, and then so there is a picture here of the Artemis shuttle. Talks a little bit about the history of the Artemis mission and kind of its goals. There's talks a little again about the LEGO mission and how they kind of came together with the idea. And then there's a map, a timeline of the Artemis, at least the Artemis 1 journey. Talks about, its launch, liftoff, and then its plans from Earth to the moon and then back to Earth. There's a picture here, really nice picture here of the Artemis mission, the Artemis 1 mission, and the rocket here. And then it has a pretty good description also here, as well as the Artemis 1 to 5 mission and its goals for each of the missions. And it has a little write-up here about the mission itself. And then there's just a note from the designer here. He talks about how he put it together and building the model, designing the model. And then over here, it talks about each element of the build, of the rocket. So it talks about here each section, and it goes through, talks a little bit about each section and its relevance to the build and a little bit about it. And I do wish that they included the digital instructions with this. This is since it's such a big set, there's almost 400 pages here. I wish that they had the digital instructions because it could have helped here. This is highly recommended. Certainly if you have the time. This took me about a week to build. Was kind of tedious at times. There's 27 bags, so it can take a while to put together. But if you take your time, I think you'll definitely enjoy putting it all together. I did, as I apologize if this review or the video was a little bit awkward at times, because it's such a big set. It's hard to get it all into landscape or even portrait view. So I hope that you still enjoyed the video, and if you did, I'd appreciate you clicking on like and subscribe. And again, I really appreciate your support, and thanks for watching.